Until it's cold outside. It's 24 degrees. We're gonna get the turbo on today and get the intake system all done and sealed up. We're gonna get the bottom end finished up and oil pan back on it. It's no way we're gonna be able to finish this job for this trip because today's our last day, but it's gonna be extremely close. We have 2 main bearings that we put back on yesterday, but we didn't actually torque them. So we're going to torque those this morning, and then we've got the oil pickup to put on and the 2 pressure relief valves on the bottom end that need to go on still, and then the oil pan can go back on. We'll actually go ahead and get oil in it, give everything on the inside a good coating of oil up top on the top end. Tyler's going to run the rack today. He's going to have a video of that, I assume. And we're just going to knock off as many things as we can, especially things that are going to keep the weather out. It's probably going to be at least a month, if not 2 months before. It'll be 2 months before I can come back, but possibly Tyler can come back in less time than that and finish up. But it's going to be really close. So when we go to set the rack, just if you don't know, we'll take this cover off right here. We'll back the idle screw all the way out. We will then set all of the fuel fingers here so that when it's in full fuel, that everything is in the full fuel position. Right now it's up against me, but yeah, we'll have a lot of adjustments to do on that, and then we got to set the valves and set the fuel injector timing, governor gap, all that fun stuff. The turbo, I'm gonna Scotch-Brite out as much of the intake or the exhaust part there as I can. Get everything cleaned up real good. We don't want any of that dirt to come through there. I got new exhaust manifolds, got decked on them so they're perfectly flat. Just going through everything that's going to happen here with the tune-up. Just the exhaust valve clearance, and we're going to set the height for the fuel injectors. That's the timing on them because they're driven by the cam. Adjust the governor gap, position the injector rack control levers, make sure that everything goes to full fuel equal, that they're all exactly the same. Adjust the maximum no load speed. We will do that, and the idle speed once we actually get it running. So we'll save this stuff for later here. And we always got to make sure that after we do all this stuff before we start it too, that the mechanical lever for the off position actually pulls the rack all the way to off as well. Okay, using the 1986 chart here and then coming down to 8v92TA with 9G90 injectors, which is what we have, 475 horsepower at 2100 RPM. That's 1330 foot-pounds of torque. Come over here. This is max speed. What am I looking for? Injector timing 1.458. So I was just going over to install the turbo and realized that A, the old one is larger, B, the mount is completely different, which it's not clocked right, but we could clock it. That's no big deal. But this one holds an O-ring. This takes a regular gasket. So we'll need to send this one back and go ahead and order the correct one for this one.
I left my home in Norfolk, Virginia,
You know it,
California,
promised land.
straddled that Greyhound road with him in the Raleigh on across Carolina. Had motor trouble that turned into a struggle halfway across Alabama. That hound broke down and left us all stranded in downtown Birmingham.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Tell you, it seems like this fit a little better last time I wore it. But I was telling Scott, the last time I had a jumpsuit on was when I did a show, so I had to complete the ensemble here, if I can get it off now.
We're setting the fuel injector timing height right now. We're using the snap-on calibration tool. Oil's going in, valve covers are getting ready to go on.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Okay. For the most part, the engine's ready to run. Doesn't have turbo on it. Can't put coolant in it, but everything is set up and for the most part ready to run on it. A couple little things left to hook up here. But we're making it good so it can sit in storage again. We got the intake sealed up, the exhaust manifolds are sealed with plastic, and then we put tape over it just to hold it so nothing's gonna get inside of it, and we should be good to go. But we're finishing now. We're gonna hook up, get ready to put the radiator fan back on and that kind of stuff over here. We're not actually gonna put the radiator in because we're gonna lose all access once we do that. And he just got new belts for the alternator. If he gets the alternator back here today, we'll get the alternator on too. Fan motor's going back in. Running the hydraulic lines to it. Brandon's getting ready to put the alternator back on. Tyler's putting this pipe on. Yeah, we can't find the nut that goes on the flange there. And then everything is just about ready. Just a few hours worth of labor to get it back once we get the turbo, get the rest of that hooked up. The engine's ready to start, but we're not going to start it until then. But we got real close. If we would have had another day or two, we definitely would have got it done. What do you think, Mark? Happy?
I'm very happy. Right there. I told Scott, I'm learning to be patient, and I'm going to continue to be patient. I think it's going to be worth the payoff.
Yeah.
Awesome. Very appreciative of you guys.
Thank you, sir. Brandon, thanks for your help, man.
No,
you were a
appreciate
trooper driving a couple hours back and forth. Well, 4 hours round trip.
800 miles in 4 days. It's well worth it. Heck of a learning experience.
Trooper,
Love to do it again.
Trooper, appreciate him
Yes,
too.
sir.
And everyone else who came, by the way.
Oh, yeah, we had lots
Absolutely.
of volunteers. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Tyler even worked too.
Yeah, occasionally.
We know somebody can fab that up for us. Radiator looks halfway decent.
Interesting plexiglass hole on the side.
Yeah. You can see the outline of the Greyhound dog on the
Oh, that's awesome. You can still see it.
tiny bit of sag, but looks real good. Got enough holes in the side of it.
There's a hole on this side too?
A few of them.
Well, okay. The bay door was, it's a door. I'm not as worried about.
Headlight bezels have been messed with.
Smashed in pretty good on this side. But I had a boat about broke our necks looking over at the army place.
Oh, that's what I was telling you.
That truck tire even. That's where you put your cats at.
That's what it looks like.
That's that security system.
That works. Door looks nice. There's the tag with the serial number on it. I left my glasses back in the bus, so I can't read it.
$171. It's pre-500.
Yeah.
Hey,
Drinking intoxicants is strictly prohibited.
that shit's getting pulled out. Look at the cat cans. Oh.
Oh god,
Pussy holes.
that's hilarious. The boat back here filled with, is that cat food cans?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Aluminum boat and aluminum can.
So there's the tag for it.
Number 171. It's $3,500. That's pretty original looking. Man, I got no shift knob. That's gonna hurt.
These seats in here, that's awesome. You can do something with those if you want.
Yeah, really original dash in it. Most of them are labeled, so I know what the hell the switches do.
The engine looks relatively clean in it. It does run. I've seen video of it running. That engine mount looks really good. Nothing like Sage's. Yeah, that radiator looks really good. There's no shroud on it, so it's going to need a shroud. So I got one fan belt on it.
Look how clean it is. Stuff's clean. You have to read through it.
I thought he was gonna taste it.
Oh, really?
I don't taste it.
That monkey fire, I think you can taste it, tell how many miles on it.
Oh, he's like one of them custom testers. Yep, she's got 60 on her. She's mains in it.
She looks good. It's unfortunate that that window's broken. Those are hard to... Okay, we're done. We went and ran by and looked at that bus that we're going to buy for Tyler. Everything looks good. We'll be back here in a couple of months to finish up this project. Just to give you an idea of where we're at, bill was like $6,500, I think, something like that. And that includes travel fee, which is about $800 or so. And then also working on that other bus, that 4104 that we rescued and then brought back. That was all in that. So really, it was probably about $4,000 in labor to do that rebuild on there. Although we're not done, it's mostly done. He's going to have just another day or two on it, and it should be going good. The turbo really messed us up. If we would have had the right turbo, I would have got fired up today if we had batteries too. But it was close. It was really close to being done. Everything looks good on it. It's sealed up now. We got it winterized. We put a tarp over it. Everything should be fine, and we'll be back here in a couple of months to finish it up.